All right, all right. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Y'all come on in, come on in. I gotta figure this thing out. Oh, there we go. Okay. I gotta figure this thing out. Okay, let me see. Jasmine, I'm gonna tag you. Okay. Y'all come on in. Good night. How y'all doing? Jasmine. Okay. I just tagged you in it. Let me know if you got that tag. I can't hear you. Say again.
Where did you tag it at?
Facebook.
Facebook.
Good evening, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
Mm-mm. No, I ain't got it yet.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Y'all, how y'all doing? Y'all comment, like, and share. For some strange reason, it won't allow me to take it off of just. Look at this. How y'all doing? We are back for another episode in Friday Straight Transparency. And this, I am your host, Prophetess Marie Denson. Now, I got a great show for y'all tonight. But first, we're gonna make it do what it do. Being transparent just means that you're being open and honest, and you're free from deceit. Like, you being transparent, so there's no reason for you to lie about what's going on in your life. There's no reason for you to give anybody a lie or try to be deceitful to have somebody thinking something is the truth when it's really not. You know what I'm saying? So Friday Straight Transparency brings the real and the rawness out of people, because we want people to understand that we went through something, and when you go through something, you know something, you grow into something, and we don't want people to think that their lives are in shambles or their lives have to stay hidden because of what they're going through. We don't want you to be shamed. We don't want you to be upset. We don't want you to go into hide because of what you went through. But we just want you to understand that you're out here because people want to be able to understand you. They want to be able to see through you. Okay? So this is what transparency means. And this is where Friday Straight Transparency is going to go. I believe that God is giving you the green light, because I believe it's the reason why He showed up to us. What we're not realizing is that we are continuously have our mind and our focus on what's life. Life be life.
Because they allow for conversation like that. They allowed me to be transparent like that so that they can give me truth. And whether I like the truth or not, it's the truth. You either gonna gravitate towards it or you gonna leave it where it's at.
You know, one of the other things about being transparent is you got to understand your audience. Transparency ain't for everybody. It's not for everybody. So sometimes you just can't give the best parts of you because people won't understand the best parts of you.
I like that.
And that's what Friday Straight Transparency is all about, y'all. Hold on, let me I don't want to be chaplet. I'm telling y'all something, Facebook and TikTok. Y'all working my nerves, okay? Can't share, can't do nothing. Y'all don't kick me off, let me back on. Kick me off, let me back on. I don't know what's going on today, Jasmine. But we're gonna go home. We're gonna go ahead anyways because somebody shared it from my page. I don't know who was able to do that, but y'all, thank y'all. I don't know if you'll see it later, but we are live on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.
Okay.
And hey, TikTok. Oh, y'all see me complaining? Yeah, I tried, y'all. I did. But we're gonna go on with the show anyways. Y'all hear a voice. Y'all hear a voice. So I have a special guest, as y'all can see, Miss Jasmine Latrice, Jasmine, aka JTREESE. And it's a privilege to have her on the show today, y'all, because a lot of time this year I have been focusing on making sure that voices are heard. And because I have been focusing on voices being heard, I want everybody to understand that, you know, it doesn't matter what you're going through, doesn't matter, you know, what's going on in your life. It doesn't matter. You love the commercial, thank you. Doesn't matter how hard it's been for you. You got a story. And we got to start telling our stories. We got to start telling the world what what we've been through, what we went through. We got to start telling the world how we triumph because a lot of us are serving purpose in our business because of what we've been through. Come on, somebody. Mm-hmm. Somebody say, my pain birthed my purpose. Come on, somebody. So a lot of what we're doing today is because while we were coming through some pain, we were birthing vision. Lord have mercy, I ain't trying to preach because it's Friday and Friday Straight Transparency. We just keep it real. So listen, JTREESE, I chose 3 words. The reason why I chose is because this is what I saw when I saw her. That she's branding and helping others get branded. That she's building kingdom ministry and people. Y'all gonna catch that. And that she's a blessing to those and blessing those. She's a blessing to some, and then she's blessing some. All right. So I want y'all to feast your eyes and give us some of your attention so that she can come on and JTREESE, just introduce yourself in your own way. And I think I think you got something on your camera that's kind of high.
Let's see. Let's see.
There you go. Much better.
Is it better?
Gotcha.
Okay. So for me, that was a great introduction. That's what I am. I am branding. I am building. I try to be a blessing to everybody that encounter me. I am a coach, a mentor. And I do these things out of the goodness of my heart, but also because I love to see people grow. That's a gift that God gave me. I push people when they don't push themselves. I see in people what they don't see in themselves. And I help them to be able to see it. They don't just walk away from me trying to make a dream come true that I see for them. I make sure that they believe in themselves when they leave me. I make sure that they see the purpose in them, not just be out here doing something so you can have money or create a stream of income, but you do something that is fulfilling to the kingdom, that's fulfilling to who you're supposed to be, why God created you to be. That's what you're supposed to do while you're on earth. I believe in purpose. I'm really big on that. So I don't just mentor anybody. I'm not for anybody. I'm very transparent. I'm very raw. I'm very real. So I don't feel like I'm for everybody, but those that I am for it, they can handle me. They can handle me. They can handle me.
And that's what it's about. Listen, we got to stay transparent. You know, a lot of people say that they're transparent until they got to tell their story. And what I never understand is, how are you going to brand yourself into something that's a lie?
You gotta live your truth. That's one thing about personal branding. And I always tell people that if you ever want to work with me, that's what I am. I'm about personal branding. You can't brand yourself with something that you're not. And you can't hide your story. So if you want to be a person that own a personal brand, you got to be willing to tell your story. You got to be willing to allow people a safe space to be just like you. You got to be willing to show them that you can relate to them and why. So if you want a personal brand and you secretive, you ashamed of who you are, what you done been through, what your story is, that ain't the route for you. That ain't the route for you.
Right. Because I often tell people that you can lie to yourself and you can lie to other people, but you can't lie to God.
You
He
can't lie to
sees
God.
exactly who you are. He knows exactly who you are. As a matter of fact, he knew you was going to tell the lie in the first place. But I honestly think that people should check how they're branding themselves, because when it comes to branding, and this has always been a question that I've had, how do you foresee, what does it take for a person to be branded, to brand themselves? What does that look like?
Real, raw, uncut transparency. For one, you got to be real with yourself before you be real with anybody else. You got to look at yourself and see, what am I? What did God create me to be? And what is he taking me through? What have I been through that I got the all to bring somebody else through? Because when you brand yourself, people begin to see that brand. It's just like going into Walmart. And Walmart is a business, but they carry brands. They have great value. They have market side. They have Sam's Club that has Marks. Them are all brands of their own, but they are inside of a business called Walmart. So when you walk in there, you looking for pickles by market side. You don't want great value pickles. You want market side pickles. And you got a reason why you want market side. So you go brand yourself and you want people to shop with you. You want people to go along with whatever you got going on with you. So they want to know why. What make you different from great value? What make you different that I want to go and buy your brand, or I want to be a part of your brand? I want to support you in any way, shape, or form. I ain't got to be buying nothing, but just be a part of your tribe. What make you different? What about you makes you valid to say that you branded by this option? You know, what is it that about you that you can say that? What is it about you that I should be convinced that we relate? Or you worth supporting, you worth me attaching my money to, my name to? What is it? So in order for you to do that, you got to be transparent. You got to be willing to get the ugly, because what you see now might be glamorous, but you didn't see the hard work. You didn't see the mud. You didn't see the trampling that I had to do. You didn't see when I was in the valley and God was walking with me. You didn't see that. All you see is the result. But it was work that I had to put in. It was shaping. It was pressing. It was molding that I had to go through. And that's ugly. But that's the side that everybody want to hide. You want to pop out with the beans. You want to pop out with the house, but you want to hide when the lights was off. You want to hide when the water was off. You want to hide when you didn't have no food. You want to hide when you had to choose between your business and your money for you to get to work. You want to hide that. You can't hide that though. You got to be real so people can know what it takes to get to where you are. You're not selling the lifestyle. That's not what you're doing. You're supposed to be inspiring purpose, so that purpose can become the lifestyle. That means that it's a passion now. Purpose is always going to be there, but you sometimes you got to make passion your purpose and purpose your passion. And they don't like that, because sometimes what you love to do ain't what you created to do.
Come on here.
Sometimes what you love to do is not why God created you. That's not why. So sometimes that'll be something to get you along, and it'll stem something off of that to make your purpose come about. And now you got to make purpose your passion. And that's what they don't talk about. My brand is Black Sheep Homegirl. You think I chose to be a black sheep? You think I chose that? You think I chose to be the one that got to carry the weight? I didn't choose that. It chose me.
Amen.
But what do you do when you don't have a choice? You don't get to go say, oh, well, I ain't finna be no black sheep. I'm finna go be a white sheep. You don't get to do that. You ain't got what it take to be a white sheep. He ain't give you that. You're not equipped for that. So, you can tell a person, oh, I mentor for personal branding, but then you come to me and you shut off and you closed off. I can't mentor you into nothing. Because I ain't finna help you sell nobody no lie. I'm not gonna help you do it.
And that's
So
it.
I feel like that's what people gotta realize. People gotta realize that when it's time for you to go into business, branding, whatever that it is that you want to do, make sure that that's a vision that only God could have gave you. How I know God gave it to me, it's bigger than me. It's something that I said, God, I can't do it without you. If it's something you can go pick up and you can pull off by yourself, and you don't need nothing to nobody, you don't even need to get on your knees and talk to God about it, that ain't from God. Everything that I know God gave me, I had to literally tell him, God, I can't do that by myself. I need your help. I can't do that by myself. That's bigger than me. But that's when I know it's him. When it seemed impossible, that's when I know that's God.
Amen. Listen here, you could have kept going because you don't say the whole mouthful.
No,
I listen.
no.
This show is about the unheard sound, baby. Listen, when I see you going like that, I ain't interrupting you because people need to understand. And listen, how many times do somebody give you a chance to just speak who you are without telling you? Society says they want you to come on their platform and they want you to say this and they want you to say that. But then society will turn around and try to tell you how to look and how to say it. No, you can't have it both ways. On my show, it's who you are. It's where
Right.
you are, and that's what it is. So I
Right.
like how you broke that down. I like how you broke that down because a lot of people don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Your purpose is birthed through what you're going through. And listen, there's no purpose without pain. There's no purpose without that hurt. There's no purpose without you suffering. Because if you're gonna suffer with God, you're gonna and reign with God, you're gonna suffer here on earth. And you're
I'm
gonna
trying
suffer for
to
the
tell you.
good. You ain't gonna act like you had it together all the time.
I'm trying to tell you.
So
Ain't how it go.
you branding, but then you building.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't understand the building part. They don't understand that first there has to be a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Expound on that. I think you're gonna preach off of this one, so I'm gonna be quiet.
I'm not. I ain't fooling with you.
I
No,
think it
for
sound like
real
she
though.
sound like she preached. Sound like she about to preach, y'all.
No. But all honesty though, that's one of the biggest things I tell my mentees. Don't y'all ever go to nobody and give them your time or your money, your ear, if they don't have anything to show you that they can do it. Don't
Mm.
ask nobody to do something that you ain't even doing.
Oh my.
Reason why it's unfair. It's unfair in life in general to ask of somebody anything that you can't give in return. You can't do in return. How can I teach you if I have not done it myself? I don't know the results.
Come on here.
Every strategy that I teach, I've done it myself. But it was only because the grace of God and the Holy Spirit and obedience that I was able to do it. And that's what people lack these days. People lack discipline and obedience. It's a difference between, oh, I hear the Lord. I know I did what the Lord told me to do. It's a difference in you being able to hear the Lord's voice and being able to follow what his voice said to you. Because sometimes what he said to you, it seems so unreal. You're like,
Mm.
God, I know you don't want me to do that. Not little old me.
Mm.
Not little old me, but you see fit. What the world will say I'm not capable of doing, you see fit. Everybody he used in the Bible to do a major assignment was
Come on here.
unfit. They was unfit. That's what people don't understand. People love to talk about black sheep are the ones that did the worst to stand out in the family or stand out in a relationship, friendship, whatever.
We were
But
not.
what you don't pull out about black sheep is that we 9 times out of 10 are called to do something that nobody else was trusted to be able to do. So the weight on us and the way we live have to be different. Why? Because he know that we got what it takes to be different, to do the different thing that's going to be unlocking the doors that need to be unlocked. We break generational curses because we want to go a different route. You want to do what everybody else did that didn't work last few years, but I want to do something else that I know going to work for the next few years. But they don't talk about that with the black sheeps. They just want to pull out the bad side. But do you not know why I had to go through the bad stuff? I had to go through the mud because he was building me. I am the foundation first. First, I'm the work. First, I'm the brand. How can I teach you how to be a brand if I ain't a walking billboard myself? I'm a walking billboard myself. I can tell you what it's like to have to choose between gas and food. And I didn't come from struggle. My parents, they worked. My parents provided for us. I didn't come from that. But what I came from is a man that don't work, don't eat. So I cannot tell you, oh, you finna lunch out in here. You finna make $1 million if you just create this one product because it's trending on TikTok. It's trending on social media. I ain't finna tell you nothing like that. I'm finna tell you the nitty gritty. And the truth is, you might not make $1 for 3 months. But when somebody see that you believe in yourself, then they begin to believe in you. So you got to put yourself out there. So what did he do? He made me be the brand first. He made me be the walking billboard first. So if I want to be a personal brand, guess what I got to do? I got to show the ugly. I got to tell you the truth. You don't see me on TikTok every day with no wig and no hair, no makeup done. Sometimes I'm on my bunny, on my scarf. But God told me to tell you something. I got to tell you real quick, and I'm going to tell you in my scarf. I'm not on there perfect every day. So why would I tell you, in order for you to be a personal brand, you got to show up every day made up. You got to present yourself perfect. No, I don't want that. I want authenticity. In other words, are you going to bed when God's speaking to you, reading your Bible? Are you dressed up? You diamond out? No, you're not. You ain't finna tell me that you like that 24/7. No, you're not. Sometimes I'm talking to the Lord and I ain't got no wig on. Sometimes I'm in the shower. Sometimes I'm pouring down tears because you don't know what I had to do yesterday to make it to the day. I am not going to tell you, oh, I want to see you all dressed and made up. What I am going to tell you is, though, what you don't want to show to everybody else, he already knows. So you might as well go ahead and show it. He's going to make you do it. A lot of times when I tried to hide myself, he showed me even more. But he also showed me why. He said, I need you to show up like this so they can know that they can show up like this. And it's okay. You don't have to go another route. You don't have to be like everybody else. I don't have to go buy the beans. I don't have to pop out with the check stubs and everything else posted on Instagram for you to know that I'm getting it over here. I don't got to do that. I can teach you the strategy and show you how to do it, but be humble. Because you first going to have to be the foundation. You are the foundation. You have to first be the walking billboard. For somebody to believe in anything that come out your mouth, for you to be able to teach them anything, for you to be able to witness to them, minister to them, anything. What's your testimony? What you do? What you been through?
What do you do?
Where your oil at? Where did you get your oil from? Because every time you go through something, you get oil off of that level. You get oil. You don't go through nothing for yourself. You go through it for you to learn, but that all is for you to walk away and deliver somebody else. I guarantee you. You're going to run into somebody later on in life that's just like you. Hello, here I am. You know? So it's just like, why don't you want to be the walking billboard? Why don't you want God to shake and press and mold you? Why? You ain't going to be able to get nothing else until you do. You got to be the foundation. You don't know no house that's built straight up with no foundation and it's standing. No house. Lord, make me a house of prayer. Lord, make me the house that I need to be to walk in purpose. Whatever you have for me to do, make me that first, and then I can go be an example. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. You're going to be broken.
I love it.
Break your own will and pick up his will. You're going to be broken. You're going to be script. I was script. I'm talking about I had the house. I had the bad apartment. You talking about condos and balconies. I had that. I had the car. Cars at 18. I had it, but I was script. Because he said, I have you to be this and you connected to that. And because you connected to that, I can't have you be this. And this is why I want you to be. And you trying to be that, but I don't want you to be that. I want you to be this. So we're going to have to take all this away so you can be over here. And guess what that means? I'm script so I could be foundation again. And then he can build me back up. Here I am. I done been shaped. I done been molded. I done been pressed.
Put back on the potter's wheel.
I'm still going through it. I'm
you
for real.
Listen here, you preaching tonight. Lord have mercy.
But I'm for
You
real.
got my mouth over here hanging open. And you got listen, you got my ears itching because I'm hearing right now. And I'm sitting over here touching my ears like, shut up, Marie.
Don't shut up. Don't shut up. Don't shut up. Don't shut up. I'm for real though. That's the God honest truth. I want the main thing for my brand is I want people to have a safe space. Have a safe space to be you. Cause I'm not perfect. If I could tell you how dirty I was, if I could tell you what I came from in just one setting, I would do that. But a lot of times when I mentor people, that's how it started off. Tell me where you broken at. So I can show you how to mold yourself back to where you need to be through God. Because that's the only thing that got me through. That's the only thing that got me to where I am. It's because I prayed and I worshiped. I turned my face away from the world and I turned my face to the church. I turned my face to God. The church is me first before the building.
Come on here.
I can't teach. I can't tell you nothing. I can't mentor you. I can't do nothing until this church is fixed. Until this church is whole. I can't tell you nothing because I ain't been through nothing to tell you. So when I
Mm,
got done trying to do it my way, and he told me that's it, time up, it's time to do it my way. That's when I was able to show you something. That's when I was able to tell you, okay, if you're going through this season, right after that season, this coming. Right after this season, that coming. That's what my experience. Can I tell you that may be yours? It's going to be the same exact way? No. I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you is prepare yourself for what's coming. Because when it comes to personal branding, when it comes to business in general, trying to pull off something that God showed you to do, He gonna tear all this down first because you already had something in your mind you wanted, but you're not that. You much time 9 out of 10. You much bigger than what you can see for yourself. Much bigger.
mm, amen. You much bigger. Dream big, therefore you are big. That used to be my
Okay.
motto. That used to be my motto. Listen, she dropping some nuggets, y'all. I hope y'all picking these nuggets up. She a brander. She helps people get branded. She branded herself. She said she had to lay it all down at the altar and she had to pick up God and she had to pick up herself before she can get back out there. And I love it I love that part where you say, when I went out there and I did it my way, he broke you down. So like I tell everybody, he broke me down to the lowest common denominator and had to build me back up because I kind of got the big head. I got the big head and thought that I was sitting on top of the world as a prophet.
Mm-hmm.
Got the big head. I went out there false prophet. I went out there. I wasn't no false prophet. I wasn't lying, but I was participating in places I ain't had no business. I was doing things I ain't had no business doing. And when God had to come in and snatch you, that's a different kind of snatch. Y'all be talking about some we snatched in the body with these shapewear and stuff like that, or my mama snatched me the other night. But when God snatched you, that's a different type of snatch.
That's it.
So listen, I love it. Now I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this last question because you're gonna take us on out.
No.
Or if you're gonna preach, you're already preaching. You're already preaching. I think you got some people over here jumping in their seat. But now we talk about blessing,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that God has shown you many blessings, and I know that you just want to be a blessing to people. But let me ask you something. When it comes to blessing, why is it so important for you to be a blessing to others?
First, it's because I know that that's what God asks of us to do. Tithing into people's lives is not just about money when you tithe into the storehouse, that's your earnings. But tithing into other people, meaning doing things and not even expecting anything back. But just doing things from the goodness of your heart. Second of all, I know how it feels to need a blessing to come along
Mm,
because you got something so great that you want to do. You got something so great that you want to bring to a past, or you want to actually just bring to present, and you just don't have what you need to do it. One thing about me, I try to tell people all the time, don't you think that I had a model to look at?
mm,
I had
mm,
working parents, that hit the clock, but I also had parents that had entrepreneurship in them because they had business. My mama is a master hairstylist for years now. I watched her. I'm a salon baby. I stayed in salons until she got done doing hair at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. My dad, he has a grass cutting business and have been doing it for years. And his customers just love him. It's times when I'm like, Daddy, it's too hot outside. You don't need to go cut. And he's like, well, ain't nobody else going to do it. They won't even let other people do it. They'll wait till he come back around. But being like that, I also learned it's easy to want something so much for you, but when you get joy out of seeing somebody else happiness, that's when you're willing to be a blessing. And that's when you be blessed. In order to be blessed, you got to be a blessing.
Come on.
A lot of things I got in life, I know it was from grace and mercy and because of the seeds that I sowed. And they ain't got nothing to do with money. A lot of people holler, I don't want to give my money to the church. I don't know what they doing with it. That ain't your money. That ain't your money. If we're going to talk about the giving, the blessing side, if we're going to talk about the money side, the church go do whatever they want to do with it. But the importance about tithes is not about the fact that you're giving it to a church and you don't know what they're doing with your money. You don't see your money. It's about your obedience to God's word. And that's what they don't understand. That's when you begin to get in trouble because your tithing to the church ain't got nothing to do with the church. It's about your obedience to the Lord. Whatever they do with that dollar ain't to none of your business. It's not your money. Your 10% that you get to the church was never yours. It's God's anyway. That's what he asked for. So you sitting there saying you don't want to give your money to the church. That has nothing to do with the church. Now you blocking your own blessings. Now you clogging up your own blessings.
Lord have
go
mercy.
ahead and be dumb. I mean, because I ain't got no other way to put it. Go ahead. Because what is it? What is it gonna serve you? Oh, I ain't gonna get a church my $50 because they probably gonna go pay a scratch off or buy something else with my money. Okay, whatever they did with that was their business, and that's they dealing with the Lord. But now you got to deal with the Lord because you didn't give your earnings.
Come on.
You didn't give your 10% of your earnings. No, I'd rather go on and give it to the church, and the church be responsible for whatever they do. But I'm gonna go ahead and give mine because I want the blood off my hands. That's your earnings.
You better
But
come
when
on
you
here.
see somebody that need what you got and they honestly just cannot pay for a service, they honestly ain't in a place to where they can even give you a dime for what they do, but you know that they got something so great that can benefit the kingdom, can benefit the world or somebody, that's when you know you got the heart of God because you're willing to give your service for nothing. That's when you know you're doing what God asked you to do. When you're willing to give something of you that you won't receive nothing in return for, that's when it's organic. That's when it's the best thing to do. Yes, it. So I want people to understand that don't let money be drive for you. I didn't get into this wanting money. I see people do what I do for $500 and $1,000, and this is by the month. By the month, they paid us to be mentored, to talk, be personal branding, be taught branding, digital products, stuff I know I can sit down and teach in an hour or less. $500, $1,000, and I ain't nowhere near it. And they got so many customers, so many clients, so many mentors, so many mentees out here that's just paired up with that type of money going out, and they ain't nowhere near making that. This is what they hitting the clock to pay. But that's what you got to be willing to go through when you're a black sheep. You got to be willing to be overlooked. You got to be willing to be overlooked. That way, when they come to you, you know they was from God. A lot of times when I see people go and choose other people to mentor, they'll come back months later. I ain't see no results. You got to learn how to follow God lead. So I love to be a blessing because I know God sent them to me for a reason, and he'll send them to me, and he'll send me to them. And I know them like, okay. Like when I got on your live, I was like, I don't never stop and scroll when people be in the middle of a conversation because I came in the middle. I was like, I'm going to stop. And I started praising the comments for other people's blessing and other people's word. Then mine came and it wouldn't stop. Long word, and I had to screen record that word, and I held on to I still go back and re-listen to my word. I do that. So, a lot of times we don't be expecting nothing, and that's when God blesses. But when you get in a place of expecting a blessing, that's when you get a little disappointed because you really ain't supposed to do nothing expecting nothing in return. So I love to be a blessing just because that's who I am. That's what God put in me. I got the heart for his people. I got the heart of God. I love to give back. And that's when you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. When you're willing to do it for nothing, Man, I ain't saying let nobody trample over you. I ain't saying let nobody misuse you, mishandle you. But when you know that somebody need what you have and you believe in what they heard, you maybe just heard a piece of their vision, and you go back to remember when you didn't have it to do your vision, but you wanted to. You be like, I remember when that was me. Let me push. And I drop nuggets. I drop help. I drop sites. Whatever. I done a website for nothing. A whole website, coding from front to back. Nothing. That's my heart. And if people knew what it take to do a whole website, and I ain't talking about no little one-page website, full layout, nothing.
My.
But when God tell you to move, it's best that you move. I can't tell you the things that I received after that. A lot of things in my business I received from the Holy Spirit. My hair oil and my body butter, I didn't even know the ingredients for it. I was going down the aisle and I had eczema and I was so tired of itching and scratching till I was bleeding. I went down the aisle and I said, God, I got to get something when I get out this grocery store. I'm gonna go on and get some cortisone 10 cream. No, it ain't gonna work, but I need to get something. I went down the aisle and I was buying coconut oil and flour. And he started speaking the ingredients to me to buy. I went home and I said, Lord, you're gonna have to show me how to put this together to make it a butter dough. I had to break everything down, melt it together, and in certain order so that it don't deactivate the other one. I mean, he took me through like chemistry and made that butter. To this day, everything got unsold. That butter outsell it. My hair oil second up taught me that too for my scalp. Everything the doctor was giving me, it was stinking and it wouldn't even take it away. I said, Lord, you got to show me again. And I waited and I waited. And don't think you're going to get answers off the bat. I waited and I waited. And I waited and I listened and I started writing in my book. And I wrote it down. And the ingredients was, to me at the time, unaffordable. Unaffordable.
He'll do that.
Okay. And that's why I say it's bigger than me. It's bigger than my wallet. Okay.
Right.
But I said, Lord, I'm going to trust you. I got this nice car. I got this nice apartment. I done decked it out. And now I got to go and try to deck out this product you done gave me. And I can't afford all that right now. And no, I ain't got no food stamp. I heard you said I was grocery store. Food stamps neither. I made too much money. Okay. Okay. So you know what? I'm going to have to start saving. I started saving. Ever since I made that oil, every order that I made have put back into the business to relaunch it again. It's sold out now. My mama job sell me out like crazy before I can put on the website. But that's the blessing of the Lord. Because I know that's from obedience. I don't even advertise it no more. That's how fast it sell out. I can't. Soon as I put it up, it's gone. That's the blessing of the Lord. So when I go and pour into other people and I believe in their vision, I believe in whatever they want to see, I know that those are the blessings that I'm reaping. Because who you know don't market something for months and then they drop it again and it's selling out. Even influencers have to send out emails and text messages saying they're dropping a new clothing line, Jada Way to drop in makeup, whatever. I don't do none of that. But I just honestly believe that when you sow into other people, God will pour back into you. And that don't always look like money.
Right. So
here you go.
Listen. I know the show ain't but about 30 minutes, but listen, we went over. But she had some nuggets. I hope y'all got those nuggets, y'all. JTREESE, the Black Sheep homegirl, she had some nuggets about branding, building, and blessing. And I hope y'all pick that up, y'all, because we talking about the unheard sound. Voice up. She voiced up tonight to let the enemy know that first he don't keep her voice bound, but second, so that she can give y'all a piece of who she is, her journey, and what she's doing, how she's branding, building, and how she's blessing God's people. So thank y'all for joining us on tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. We will be back here in the next 2 weeks because I'll be out of town. So we'll be back in the next 2 weeks with another night of Friday Straight Transparency for episode 4. But JTREESE, I do this on every show. Any last words?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the words you gave me when I met you. Thank you for seeing me. A lot of people don't know what it is to be seen with a natural eye, but to be seen with the spiritual eye from what used to be a stranger, but now family.
Amen.
That means a lot to me. It do. It means a lot when God bring people into my life and I know what the connection is. I know what the beauty of it is, and I take it with honor and I thank you.
Listen, I appreciate that, but I'm honored to be around such, um, I'll say, strange people because we're a royal priesthood and we're supposed to be strange. But I'm glad strange recognize strange, and
That's right.
it's just a joy. It's a joy. You are I mean, a bright star. Your laugh just brightens up a room, and I appreciate the fact that you even want to continue to follow us. So I thank you for being a part of the Resilient Warrior family. I thank you for being a part of my life. I thank you for allowing me to pour into you, and how you just poured into us just now. Because I'm trying to get branded out there. So I'm gonna be at my next photo shoot. When I get that photo shoot done, we're gonna come knocking on your door because God spoke to me. God spoke to me probably the beginning of this year and said that I'm about to go through the rebranding process. And this time around, he's going to send the right person. So I'm coming. So good night, y'all. We love y'all. Peace. Uh, because I had this turned around.
Is it done? Is it off?
Yeah, it is. You ain't got no hair for her to
Oh
have.
God!
He told us he needs some of your hair growth stuff.
It don't.
Look, I was talking about that. I was talking about this little butter she got. I ain't heard about no butter and no oil. My scalp be dry too. Look how dry my scalp
I
is.
just, I told y'all it be sold out. It be sold out. But the
Well,
next
next,
time, I'm gonna double up than what I normally do.
well, when you stock up next time, just put some on the side for pastor. This pastor,
Okay,
y'all can't touch this.
that's right. That's right. I'm gonna put you some to the side. I'm gonna put both of y'all some to the side. Y'all
Oh,
gonna love it.
I sure appreciate it.
I will.
Oh,
I
wait a minute.
appreciate y'all tonight.
We ain't even. I thought the live ended.